My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. Please go ahead and check out my latest appearance on RT. We talk about Spygate. That's below in the pinned comment. Also in the pinned comment, H.A. Second Amendment. If you're into firearms or gun channels on YouTube, I have a new channel. It's H.A. Second Amendment. Check it out. To support this YouTube channel, it's in the pinned comment. What do we have here? Oh, by the way, minute 7. We'll get 7 solid minutes. Minute 7 will be my impression of Jeff Sessions. Just so, give a warning to people who don't want to hear the impression. People who do, it's minute 7. Former Trump campaign advisor on FBI informant Halpert overtures, says Stephen Halpert. I wouldn't be surprised if it turned out to be crap. Oh, I'm sorry. I wouldn't be surprised if it turned out to be a trap. Carter Page, the FBI ruined my life. So, this is an exclusive from Pulseberry. And he just retweeted that. It's an article he wrote several days back, but he retweeted it about an hour ago. And there's another article I'm going to speak about by Pulseberry. It's 2 colleagues contradict Brennan's denial of reliance on Dossier. Essentially, what took place, well, Pulseberry is, like, along with Tom Fitton, 2 of the leading voices on all of this. I wouldn't put myself in their league, but I'm one of the few people out there talking about this, and I've been talking about it forever. But Pulseberry and Tom Fitton are like the Mount Everest of this issue. I'm like, you know, a smaller mountain range. I don't know, whatever. Carter Page, the FBI ruined my life. Pulseberry. FBI surveillance of former Trump campaign advisor Carter Page cost him his business, income, and even his girlfriend. Page tells the Post that during the media barrage he faced in late 2016, Page believes that that's exactly what happened and agrees with the president's characterization of the scandal Spygate. I wouldn't be surprised if it turned out to be a trap, Page said. Halpert, this is Stephen Halpert, the FBI spy, informant, whatever. If it's Trey Gowdy, it's, you know, oh, it's a good thing. He was spied on. They were helping him, don't you know? Halpert contacted Page in early 2016, July 2016, weeks before the FBI claims it first opened an investigation into the Trump campaign's ties to Russia. The interesting thing also about Stephen Halpert is that in order to justify using the Steele dossier, they actually, the Steele dossier is said to have started everything, but why did Comey utilize Halpert even before the Steele dossier? Why? Because GCHQ started spying on Trump even before. So GCHQ spies on Trump in 2015. The Guardian, this is The Guardian, I'm quoting from The Guardian, because of contacts not Trump has, but people within his inner circle or in his campaign. Okay, that's bizarre. Why didn't they notify Trump? Why didn't they notify then candidate Trump in 2015? So then under that pretext, we don't exactly know why Stephen Halpert was used as a spy or an informant, according to Trey Gowdy. But then Stephen Halpert is sent into his campaign, or I should say is then recruited by the FBI or used as an informant. And it's not the first time the FBI used him as an informant or the intelligence community. So they then go ahead and utilize the informant according to Trey Gowdy, but spy according to everybody else on the planet. And this is all in the backdrop of Page text Strzok on August 2nd, 2016. Make sure you can lawfully protect what you sign. Just thinking about Congress, FOIA, etc. Page to Strzok. She's referencing Strzok's 302 summary of interviews with London informants. This 302 memo from August 2nd is critical to cracking political espionage case. They also flew to London. So that's also, Mueller also sent a team of investigators to London last summer to debrief Steele on his politically paid dirt. And then you have the issue of Priestap, Strzok, Page, McCabe, and Michael Gaeta, FBI agent for Rome, all traveled to London during the campaign. Why did they all travel to London during the campaign, even before the Steele dossier was used? It's all very bizarre. So Paul Sperry is really, I mean, documenting everything, along with Judicial Watch and all the crazy emails we find on Clinton's computer and all that. Bill Priestap, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, Andrew McCabe, Michael Gaeta all travel. So Andrew McCabe travels to London during the campaign. Why? Why do they have to meet intel officials in London? Brennan also made trips. So John Brennan, CIA, John Brennan also makes trips. Congressional oversight demands a full accounting of who they met and whether British intelligence also spied on Page. So this is a really, really important tweet from Paul Sperry. And that alone, see, what Trump is doing, Trump can't throw the intelligence community completely and utterly under the bus. I'll do my impression at the 10-minute mark, actually. So, because this is actually, you know, I'm on somewhat of a roll here. So, at least I think so. All of these FBI officials fly to Rome, including Brennan. And we have a situation here where they fly to Rome before the Steele dossier. I'm sorry, they fly to London before the Steele dossier. Then they utilize Stephen Halper before the Steele dossier. Then they utilize Stephen Halper to justify using the Steele dossier to get a FISA warrant on Carter Page and to ruin his life. Page recalled the professor expressed sympathy about what I had been through with the defamation and smear campaign led by the DNC and Clinton campaign, in which she wrote the dossier claiming Page conspired with the Kremlin to swing the election for Trump. Of course, there's zero evidence of that. Carter Page did none of that. That's why BuzzFeed's getting sued. They could probably get sued by Carter Page also. Getting sued by everybody. They were even getting sued by Michael Cohen. But of course, Michael Cohen still hasn't been charged with anything, but the Stormy Daniels issue got Michael Cohen within Mueller's crosshairs. So then two colleagues contradict Brennan's denial of reliance on Dossier. So McCabe is reported to have stated that without the dossier, there wouldn't be an investigation. But they were investigating prior to the dossier, like I explained, and like Paul Sperry explains, by traveling to London and by planting an informant, someone to help Trump, like Trey Gowdy says. And this is all prior to the Steele dossier. And so Brennan is even in on it. Of course, he's the one who starts it, all of it. And then Brennan meets with Harry Reid during the election to notify Harry Reid of Russian interference, but nobody's notifying Trump or Obama. Isn't that interesting? They're not notifying Obama because they don't want Obama implicated, even though he knows everything. And they're not notifying Trump because they want Trump to fall into a trap. The whole issue is it's fabricated. Retired National Security Advisor Director National Security Agency Director Michael Rogers stated in a classified letter to Congress that the Clinton campaign-funded memo did factor into the ICA. This is the ODNI report assessing where they say, oh, you know, we're not confident, we're highly confident in. And James Clapper, we're highly confident, we're not certain, we have no evidence of anything. And this is what when James Clapper says, well, you know, Chuck Todd, there's no evidence. If you ask me again, I don't know what I'm going to do to you. Because he kept asking. Any evidence? No. And James Clapper, Director of National Intelligence under President Obama, conceded in a recent CNN interview that the assessment was based on, quote, some of the substantive content of the dossier. Without elaborating, he maintained that we were able to corroborate certain allegations. No, they weren't. What he's referring to is perhaps people being at certain locations. So it's not a secret that Carter Page traveled to Russia because he worked in Russia. So that is just, you know, absolutely ridiculous. But it's like, let's just, before I get to my Jeff Sessions imitation, let's just go ahead really quickly and hear Brennan again. So all of this, so Admiral Michael Rogers and James Clapper actually state, because Brennan was like, John Brennan of the CIA said, no, you know, the Steele dossier has nothing to do with it. There's so much more evidence. But the other spy chiefs contradict him. The other spy chiefs contradict him. So hold on, let me find this. All right, found it. Here we go. This is the backdrop. This is the context of everything here.
Does intelligence exist that can definitively answer the following question: whether there were improper contacts between the Trump campaign and Russian officials?
Now, Chuck, if I have to explain to you again.
We did not include any evidence.
We did not include any evidence, Chuck. And apparently you don't speak English, or you are just a real profanity alert. Do not listen if you don't want to hear profanity. Apparently you either don't speak English, you're hard of hearing, you're a deranged Democratic operative, or just an asshole. But I repeat myself, you might be a deranged Democratic operative.
Evidence in our report, and I say our, that's NSA, FBI.
Our report, $35 billion, and it is standard for $35 billion to come up with evidence, to come up with confidence, which we view as evidence. For example, I'm confident, Chuck, that you are a big steaming pile of Bandini. That would mean that I'm certain in intelligence community talk.
And CIA, with my office, the Director of National Intelligence, that had any reflection of collusion between members of the Trump campaign and the Russians. There was no evidence of that included in our report.
I understand that, but does it exist?
Why do you think that, I'll get to my Sessions imitation in a second, but why, Chuck, do you think that I would withhold information regarding evidence when all of this is to undermine and hurt Trump? You must be the stupidest person in the ever-expanding universe. This entire charade is to hurt and undermine Trump and make it seem like he did something when he didn't. What do you want me to do? We had no evidence. What do you want me to do? We did the best we could. Brennan was already thinking of a poo-poo dossier. Okay? We were going to go to that level. Taste tested and everything. Brennan's crazy. And you want to know who? The Clintons poo-poo. Both of them. So there you go. The PP DOS didn't work. We thought possibly, the doo-doo DOS could have worked. But see, again, you're really getting me angry here. We did everything we could.
Not to my knowledge.
If it existed, it would have been in this report.
Yes, if it existed, it would have been in the report. What kind of idiotic, stupid question is that? If it existed, yes. Why would I not put it in the report? $35 billion down the toilet. You think that we're gonna waste $35 billion? If we had the evidence, we wouldn't put it in the report. There was no evidence of anything, Chuck. Now you're just making Democrats look even stupider than they are.
This could have unfolded.
It's 75-0 with 3 minutes left in the fourth. Don't throw a Hail Mary. Run the ball out. Run the ball out. There's no reason you're not coming back 75-0. You're not coming back. 3 minutes left in the fourth. Don't go there.
Or become available in the time since I left the government. At the time, we had no evidence of such collusion.
All right, so there you go. And then, I mean, Clapper, Sessions, when he gets his ammunition, his political ammunition, all he needs to do, and Trump's going to call him up after the Inspector General report, and Sessions is going to be like, well, hello, Mr. President. How are you today? Yeah, I'm doing just dandy. Yes. Now, you see, I know. Well, the Inspector General report's going to come out in one day. And can you believe it? I got that Jew Horowitz working harder than the Israelites in Egypt. Yes, he put everything in there. Oh, he put so... You know what else he put? Get this. John Brennan has videotapes of himself doing an Anthony Weiner. Yes. Oh, you heard about that too, with Sally Yates, right? Yeah. It's not obviously joking, because I know, policies, whatever. It's all satire. No offense to anybody. The people within this satire, just completely made up. Anyway, yes. I know. Well, I know she's going out with James Clapper. She must have really bad eyesight, or she must be into Dick Cheney, Darth Vader looking people. I don't know. Clapper scares me. I'm about the size of his forehead, yes. Oh, he's a real frightening person. Brennan looks like a British bulldog. Yes, I know. They're all ugly. But that's the thing. Who was it that I said? I believe Comey has tapes, videotapes. Can you imagine? No wonder he's all scrambled in his brain. No, not videotapes. Anthony Weiner. Well, you know what Anthony Weiner was doing, don't you? Okay, videotapes of John Brennan doing the Anthony Weiner. No, it's not a dance. And when I say doing the Anthony Weiner, I don't want to get into specifics. Yes. Well, now, you don't have to get too detailed. I know what I'm talking about. Yes, Anthony Weiner doing that. And it was meant to go ahead and, in some kind of perverted way, I don't know, get Sally Yates to like him? Who knows what Brennan's thinking? He wanted to do a doo-doo dossier, taste tested and everything. Well, I know. Well, we're dealing with really crazy people. That's why I got Horowitz to give me that Inspector General report. Then get this. You know what McCabe told me? Oh, we'll get him. Don't worry about that. Yes. No, I don't care about it. We're going to indict McCabe, but you know what he told me? He said James Comey was going to go to the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Yeah. We didn't find any evidence he was even invited, sir. Well, but what McCabe told me was that James Comey was bragging, and yeah, well, it's all a plot. They went to GCHQ in 2015 to spy on you, and then one of them got tickets. I don't know, maybe they sold some kind of paraphernalia and got the ticket. I don't know what they could have sold, maybe a FBI badge, I don't know. Yeah, and apparently this is kind of funny. It's kind of funny. McCabe said that one day Comey walked in with like a little dossier, if you will. Now, I know, I just shouldn't, I'm just using the word. A dossier, like a little folder, Forget I said that. Well, no, I'm not trying to. I don't like it either. Okay, so he came in with a folder, and he was bragging, saying that he was invited to Prince Harry's wedding. Yes, I know. Well, you know what McCabe did? You know what McCabe did? When he wasn't looking, McCabe took that folder and put it in the shredder. And there goes the Merkel Prince Harry wedding ticket, wedding invitation. All in the shredder, along with everything, all the other evidence they had of the cover-up. Oh, when Comey found out, he was so upset, yes. Well, he thinks he's important. Well, he thinks the English love him. I don't know why. Maybe because they conspired to ruin all of us. I have no idea. Theresa May, I don't know what. I have no idea. All I know is that I don't know why you weren't invited. Why do you need to go on it? Okay, well, you know, I know. All right. Oh, we're going to get that out very soon. Okay. You have a great day now. Okay. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye. So, if you don't enjoy that, it's probably because you haven't been inundated every single day with this. There are people who are like, why are you doing that, HA? But it's satire because if you've been inundated with this nonsense for so long, well, then there needs to be some satirical outlet. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. All of this is so convoluted, but like I was saying in the beginning, they started with GCHQ, then they put the spy in there, Stephen Halper. Then with Stephen Halper's help, they justified the use of the Steele dossier, which leads back to MI6. So, and then they ruined Carter Page's life. And they ruined the lives of other people too. For what purpose? Simply to undermine Trump. They have zero evidence of Trump-Russia collusion. And then the goalpost has been moved so far out that we don't know. I mean, the whole thing was about Russia hacking the DNC. They've forgotten about that because they know that's impossible. It's impossible not because Russia couldn't. It's because why would Russia hack the DNC? We already knew that Clinton was dishonest. And the notion that they would anger Bernie supporters is a domestic. That's a fear of Democrats. That's no foreign intelligence agency would waste resources to anger a small segment or by then a growing segment of the Democratic Party. That's absolutely ridiculous. And there's no classified information. And if they were hacking the DNC, guess where else they would have hacked? Clinton's server. They didn't even need to hack the DNC. They definitely did hack Clinton's server in 2010, 11, 12, 13. Give me your thought, and I explained that about our top secret emails below in the description section. Give me your thoughts below. Definitely subscribe to HA's Second Amendment and check out my latest segment. It's a $3,000 firearm. It's amazing, custom built. It's the 1911 Nighthawk Talon 45 ACP. Give me your thoughts. Share this segment everywhere. Thank you so much for listening.